Ray you over 70, convinced you're safely cruising into your golden years? You could be making 9 unbelievably destructive mistakes that are stealing precious time from you faster than you realize. Fix them now, or risk a jarring wake-up call that shatters everything you hoped for. Below, we examine 9 common mistakes. Some may seem obvious, others unexpected, but the main point is, each one can do significant damage. The good news is that they can be corrected, sometimes without much cost or effort, requiring only a slight shift in how you view your habits. Read carefully. Maybe just one of these points will bring you renewed strength and restore the feeling, I can do whatever I need, and there's still plenty out there that interest me. And don't forget, if you have serious medical issues, always consult a doctor. Mistake #1, constantly skimping on sleep. Older people don't need to sleep much anyway. A widespread misconception. Many believe that after 70, the body supposedly requires less sleep by itself, that for an adult, 5-6 hours is enough, especially at this age. The myth arises. I'm no longer working, I don't need to get up early, plus I'm not all that sleepy, so everything's fine. In practice, however, it often happens that older people simply grow used to sleep deprivation, considering it normal. Why this is dangerous for the aging body: lack of sleep affects all systems: cardiovascular, increased risk of hypertension, arrhythmias, deterioration in overall vascular health. Immune, the body doesn't fully recover, so the likelihood of catching infections is higher, and one takes longer to get over them. Nervous, irritability, mood swings, daytime drowsiness. Noticeable drop in cognitive functions, memory, concentration, quick thinking. Observations show that people who chronically undersleep look older than their years: paler skin, blue circles under the eyes, a sluggish gait. Psychologists note that constant sleep debt leads to a depressive mood and the feeling, I have no strength. Scientific perspective. Scientists say that the slow wave phase of sleep is extremely important for clearing the brain of accumulated toxins. There's even a hypothesis about the glymphatic system. If someone over 70 consistently sleeps lightly and for short durations, the brain may age more rapidly. And while some truly do sleep less in old age, it's important to realize that doesn't necessarily mean they genuinely get enough of less sleep. Real-life story: ridiculous insomnia. 80-year-old Margaret Johnson had, for many years, gone to bed at 2-3 a.m., spending her evenings watching TV or lost in anxious thoughts. She would wake up early, feeling exhausted, saying, "Well, that's old age for you. What can I do?" Her grandson persuaded her to experiment, stop watching TV after 10 p.m., adopt a warm foot soak and soft music before bedtime. It turned out that she began falling asleep at midnight and sleeping until 7-8 a.m. Within a couple of weeks, her constant headaches disappeared and her mood improved. Margaret admitted that, I never thought how badly lack of sleep was undermining her strength. How to fix it? Create an evening ritual. An hour before bed, turn off bright lights and the TV, listen to calm music, or read a light book. Check the comfort of the bed. Older adults often have back or joint pain, and they need a softer yet supportive surface. Don't fear an extra hour. If your body wants to sleep longer, let it, because overall well-being matters most. Mistake #2. Forgetting about water. Well, I'm not thirsty, so I'm fine. What really happens with age, the thirst mechanism is dulled. An older person often doesn't drink enough fluids, relying on the absence of thirst. The result is mild, chronic dehydration, where the body lacks water, but there's no obvious dry throat. How it accelerates aging. When dehydrated, blood thickens, making it harder for the heart to work, increasing the risk of blood clots. Skin loses elasticity and looks more saggy. Joints are less lubricated, so they hurt more often. Brain may feel sluggish, leading to headaches. And over time, these effects accumulate. The person looks weaker and older than they might, and overall well-being is at 0. Brief example. A 92-year-old grandfather admitted, I figured if I'm not thirsty, then I don't need to drink. But my granddaughter insisted. I started drinking a glass of water in the morning and afternoon, plus a little in the evening. Literally a week later, I noticed it was easier to walk, and my blood pressure got more stable. Turns out, I'd been slightly dehydrated all these years. What to do? Set reminders. Keep a bottle or pitcher by your chair or bed. Drink in small amounts but frequently. You don't have to gulp down liters at once. Sometimes a small sip every half hour or hour is enough. Use tasty water. Add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a mint leaf if plain water seems tasteless. Mistake hash 3. Ignoring mini movements. Why should I get up often? I'm retired. The core problem: mini movements are short bursts of activity throughout the day. Walking from one room to another, doing a little stretching, raising your arms, rotating your shoulders, doing a few squats by a chair. Many older people forget these little things, thinking, why bother? I'm old anyway. How it ages you. Lack of regular small-scale activity leads to muscle atrophy, leaving muscles weaker, making gait unsteady, and increasing risk of falls. Joint stagnation, causing more pain and stiffness. Poor circulation, so the body receives less oxygen and fewer nutrients. As a result, a vicious cycle emerges. The less you move, the harder it becomes to move. The person loses strength more quickly. Story: Grandma who walks around the house every half hour. In a British village lived an 88-year-old grandma who prescribed herself, every hour, do at least 1 or 2 laps around the house or yard. If the weather was bad, at least around the room. She would say, so the rust doesn't get into my joints. Amazingly, by age 90, she had no major walking problems and moved quite briskly around the garden. Her neighbors, who spent their days sitting still, complained of stiffness while she kept a light gait. How to implement: set a timer. For example, every 40-60 minutes, get up and do 2-3 minutes of simple stretching or walking. Invent excuses for movement, water the flowers, take a book to another room. Look out the window, sit with breaks. If there's a TV, during commercials or pauses, do a set of gentle exercises. Mistake hash 4. Too many carbs at night. No big deal if I have cookies before bed. Why it's especially risky at night. In the evening, metabolic processes slow down. If you load up on baked goods, sweets, or cookies, blood sugar may spike, and then all night your body has to fight that surge. This negatively impacts sleep quality and overall condition. Strong effect on aging: excess, sugar and carbs, contribute to glycation, that is, sugar-related damage to cells, speeding up the appearance of wrinkles and harming vessel elasticity. May cause night sweats or frequent awakenings, leading to lack of sleep, which re-triggers the aging cycle. Push the body to store visceral fat, dangerous for the heart and liver. Example: grandma's habit before bedtime. Mary Peterson, 75 years old, complained of constant nighttime awakenings and feeling tired during the day. In conversation, it turned out that every evening she had tea with 2 or 3 cookies or sweet rolls, replacing them with a bit of cottage cheese and a spoonful of honey, far fewer quick carbs, and no longer drinking tea right before bed. She began sleeping more soundly, and her morning sugar spikes vanished. How to reduce harm. Shift sweets, if you really want them, to the first half of the day, so your body has processed the excess by night. Opt for protein, plus veggies in the evening. They keep you full, but don't cause sharp glucose swings. Limit portions. 1 cookie instead of 3 is already better than nothing. Mistake hash 5. Ignoring emotional balance. It's normal for me to be angry. I'm allowed. The idea emotions after 70 can become more unmanageable because of age-related nervous system changes. Many stop controlling anger, irritability, or melancholy, believing it's a natural part of aging. In reality, constant negativity destroys health. How it ages you from within. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, wearing down blood vessels, the heart, and immunity. Emotional outbursts cause blood pressure swings and a rapid heartbeat. Insomnia, anxiety appear, and the person deprives themselves of joys. Illustration: 78-year-old William Peterson constantly ranted about everything: the government, neighbors, relatives. He complained of overall weakness, headaches, and fluctuating blood pressure. His daughter persuaded him to attend group relaxation sessions, deep breathing, mini meditation. A couple of months later, he admitted he'd become much calmer and his blood pressure no longer jumped. Doctors stated that emotional stability truly improves health indicators. What to do? Mini calming techniques. When irritation arises, take 5 deep breaths in and out, pausing 2 seconds on the inhale. Write down your thoughts. If you're angry, keep an emotions diary, putting anger on paper rather than on people. Professional help if needed. A psychotherapist or psychologist can offer practices to reduce anxiety. Mistake hash 6. Underestimating the power of social interaction. Self-imposed isolation. What happens? Older people sometimes decide, nobody needs me, everyone's busy, and gradually shut themselves off, stop calling acquaintances, or feel shy about inviting anyone over. But social contacts matter not only for younger people, but also after 70, for emotional health and intellectual sharpness. Why this speeds up aging? Loneliness leads to a drop in mood, depression, reduced cognitive abilities. The brain doesn't get conversation stimulation, the feeling of everyone's forgotten me, which creates negativity and stress. Thus, a person fades faster than they would in a circle of friends. Story: the Tea Meetup Club. In one town, several older women, over 70, decided to meet once a week at someone's home for tea, to chat, recall the past, discuss news. Remarkably, after a year of such gatherings, they felt less anxious. Some started walking more and found life more interesting. A general practitioner noted that their physical indicators, blood pressure, pulse, improved on average in the group, though initially the reasons for the improvements could be just that social boost. How to apply create a small club. With friends, neighbors, or relatives, talk regularly, even online or by phone. Don't be shy to take the lead. Be the first to call, propose meeting. It gives a sense of being needed and positivity. Use messengers. Don't fear learning WhatsApp or Telegram. It truly simplifies communication, and your brain gets a digital workout. Mistake hash 7. Living with no sense of purpose. To see everything's behind me already. Why purpose in life after 70 is crucial. Some think that after 70 there's not much meaning. Kids are grown, careers behind them, so why do anything? But losing purpose is extremely detrimental to the psyche, indirectly affecting physical condition. A person without motivation quickly wanes, moves less often, and slips into melancholy. How it ages you. If the body doesn't sense inner motivation, it stops actively repairing itself. Psychologists describe a creeping negative state where, without purpose, people slide into apathy, and from there, it's a short path to illness. Aging can accelerate precisely because the brain sees no reason to stay fit. Example, a grandfather who's a musician. A grandfather at 75 bought a guitar he'd played in his youth. He set a goal, by 80, relearn to play his favorite songs. He completed it in 2 years, then set a new one, perform at a family party at 85. His son says that probably it's that constant micro goal that keeps him going and motivates him to get up in the morning with enthusiasm. How to find purpose. Realize old dreams, even at an amateur level. Learn to paint, write memoirs, grow rare flowers. Discuss with family. Maybe you can help or teach someone, cooking, crafts. Set small tasks. Some think a goal must be grand. Not necessarily. Maybe it's walk 1 kilometer without getting winded, read 1 interesting article a day. Mistake hash 8. Ignoring pain signals. Those are just old age aches. What it leads to. When an older person stubbornly endures pain in knees, back, or stomach, thinking, that's normal for my age, they put themselves at risk. Chronic pain wears you down, worsens mood, triggers stress reactions. How it speeds up aging. Stress hormones from pain syndromes negatively affect the entire body, hindering peaceful sleep, eating, and movement. One becomes passive, and as a result, aging accelerates. Complications may arise because untreated pain often masks a real problem. Case: silent arthritis. A 79-year-old woman never went to the doctor, even though she had knee pain, attributing it to old age. Eventually, it turned out she had progressive arthritis, which could have been slowed with timely therapy. But after several years with no intervention, the situation worsened, and she needed knee replacement surgery. Had she not ignored the signals, she might have avoided such a drastic measure. Advice: don't be afraid to hound doctors. Sometimes you need to see several professionals to figure out how to ease chronic pain. Look for alternatives: massage, physiotherapy, exercise, folk remedies with a doctor's approval. Stay safe. Leg pain leads to falls, and fractures in old age are very dangerous. Mistake #9, never taking breaks from daily chores. If not me, then who? Excessive workload. Often older people handle all household tasks, watch the grandkids cook, clean, forgetting they themselves need rest. As a result, they spend their days running around, cooking, doing laundry, washing dishes, never giving themselves a single minute's break. How it ages you. Constant workload =, constant stress, high cortisol. The body never gets pauses to recover, wearing down the cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of nervous breakdowns. The person looks worn out, older than they are, and their immunity decreases. Story: Grandma who forgot herself. 85-year-old grandmother Valerie Norton lived with her daughter and grandkids, always helping, cooking, going to the store, cleaning the house. It got harder for her. Pains appeared, insomnia set in. Her family thought she was just grumbling. But after talking to a psychologist, it became clear she simply didn't get half an hour of peace. When the family reallocated chores, the grandkids started cleaning their own rooms, the daughter made dinner, and grandma only handled small midday snacks. Valerie's condition improved. She confessed to feeling alive again. How to act. Delegate. If the grandkids can heat up their own meals, let them. Don't carry all the burden yourself. Plan rest. Let there be a window in your day of an hour or an hour and a half when you just do what you enjoy. Speak up about your abilities. Tell your family it's tough for you to handle that volume of tasks. Relatives often don't even suspect your overload.